You do have to confirm or deny that, is it because the way Lil Big Nate just described it, it sounded like he was basically saying that some guy just pulled up and said, "Hey, Mrs. Crimson Cure, I saw you on the internet. You were saying some lot of things. I really liked your perspective. Oh, will you marry me?" That's how
I do.
you do get that.
Yeah.
That's how powerful
I get
a
that.
logical woman is.
Like some of it, I know the men aren't.
All right, Crimson Cure. You know, what is your response to black women that say that, quote unquote, black men don't support black women? When will black women, and I don't mean the masses of them, I mean, getting that small percentage of them that will be eventually able to be worked with, when are they going to realize that it's not that black men don't support black women, it's just a specific type of black woman that gets support, one who's logical. Like, I've heard you talk about how you've had men ask for your hand in marriage, just like based off what you say on the internet. They're so overwhelmed because there's such a deficit of just logical and rational thinking among a lot of Western women and black women in particular.
Wait, hold on. Time out a little, Big Nate. We
Sure,
we can't skate past that.
I could have swore to God she said that once. I heard.
You do have to confirm or deny that, is it because the way Lil Big Nate just described it, it sounded like he was basically saying that some guy just pulled up and said, "Hey, Mrs. Crimson Cure, I saw you on the internet. You were saying some lot of things. I really liked your perspective. Oh, will you marry me?" That's how you do get that.
Yeah.
That's how powerful a logical woman is.
Like some of it, I know the men aren't
man.
serious about it. They're like, if I could marry a woman, like it would be you, like that. And then there are men, and most of them Muslim, and I know the Muslim brothers ain't playing.
Right. I was just about to say, yeah.
They be coming up like, "Sister, you married? Okay, so can we talk? Like, talk, and we like, here's my name, here's where I'm at, like." Okay, and this isn't even a flex. This is more so like, this is just what I get. I get a lot of men who just contact me and say they like my channel and things of that nature, and don't go no further than that. And then there is a pretty good percentage of men that come up, even non-Muslim men. It's not all Muslim men, and they be like, "Sister, listen." They give me a whole rundown of their whole life, like their finances, how old they are, where they at, and then they really be like, "Listen, do you want my number? Like, I'm gonna give you my number, and like you call me, and like we will talk. Like, I will court you. I will court you for marriage." Like they be dead serious about that, and I literally be having to tell them, like, I do not use my channel for a hookup, please. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am not trying to like get y'all to like propose to me, but I get probably, I would say, serious proposals. I probably get at least one once a month.
Wow. And that just speaks to the power of logic from a woman. I mean, it compels men to do all sorts of things. And my question to you, Crimson Cure, is will black women ever see that? Because again, they get on these platforms and, especially over there in failed black female YouTube, and just run their mouths of no support, no protection, when they're not looking at the types of women that do get that. I mean, of course, I don't know your analytics, but I would imagine the vast majority of the people who support your channel, who put money on your books, are probably black men. Mm-hmm. And that's true of most of the women who promote our message, in this space on its periphery. So do you ever see that happening?
I think that
number of ABWs.
I think that the women who have already seen things the way that they are, or who want to see things the way that they are, understand that black men support black women that they see value in. Let's just call it a thing. When you want to stick to a narrative, you gotta say certain things about Black men. You gotta say, well, you sitting up here talking, they talk, but I bet you they wouldn't pick you, and I bet you they don't really support you, and da 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 da. And it's like, why are you worried about it? You gotta say it because you gotta believe it in order to continue on with the narrative. And let's not, be in the dark about this. Women have a very strong, we very powerful when it comes to making ourselves believe certain stuff. We're very good at it. We're also very good at making other people believe those same things. We're very good at that. So they have to kind of stick to it. But the women who support me, the women who are positively affected by the things that I say on my channel, they already know that the men, because the men in their lives support them, right? The men that they know, whether they're married or not, whether they're husbands or fathers or brothers or whatever the case may be, a lot of the women who support me and who come, around me, they already understand that thing because they live it. That's the lived experience that they have. Like, they don't have problems with things like the common complaint. Oh, Black men don't protect. And I ain't never had no problem with Black men.
I would imagine so. Absolutely.
I've never had that issue. I don't even know where that comes from. And I'm talking about strangers. I'm talking about Black men that don't know me from a can of paint, that I've never seen again. And if I was in trouble or they thought I was in trouble, they have come almost to put their life on the line and be like, sister, are you okay? Like, can I help you? I've never had that issue with random, old, young, like last winter, I think I told the story. Young men that was living in the place I was living in before. And it was a real bad winter out that winter. It was a whole bunch of blizzards. But me and my sister decided we needed to go to the store because we needed to go. And so I pull out of the parking space with my car and it gets stuck in the snow. Now it's just me and my sister. The two young men, I didn't ask them, rambunctious young men that people wouldn't think to, they smoking weed and partying and doing all kinds. They came out of their house. These young men couldn't have been no more than about 25, 24.
Wow.
Came out of their house. You need some help, sister? I said, I would appreciate it. They went and grabbed some shovels and they was humping out there with that snow too. Okay? Got my whole car out. I took my goofy butt back into the parking space like I ain't going nowhere. Listen, because I'll go somewhere else and get stuck. So we just gonna wait. I'm just gonna park the car. Thank y'all for digging it out. And I paid them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I paid them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had a little cash out because I was like, y'all got cash out there? Yeah. So I paid each of them because it was two brothers. They didn't have to do that, right? They could have saw me stuck and looked out the window like, oh, she's stuck. But because of the way that I treated them and the way that they saw me, even though we didn't have a whole lot of interaction, it made them come protect me. That was a form of problem solving and protection from random men. So to answer your question a little bit more directly, I think that women already understand it. The women who understand, we already know. We don't have to be convinced about what Black men are and are not capable of, or what they will and won't do for certain women, because Black men are generally very chivalrous. They actually like helping. They don't like seeing Black women in distress. So they'll try to help if they can, but they don't like being disrespected in that help or being turned away harshly or anything like that. So now in this type of climate, now I think they're a little bit more reticent to extend that help just because of the reaction that they might get. and they don't want to deal with it, which nobody can really blame them. But I think in their heart they still be wanting to do it because it's like, well, I still want to help her, you know what I'm saying, just because she a woman and just because that's what we do. So, you know, but other women who are lost in that whole situation, they're not never gonna be convinced because they don't want to be.
But